Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 4 of episode 60 of Top Row Reality on the YouTube. And let's talk about the 10 greatest ever WWE heel stables. And number 9 this week is $1 Million Corporation.
Not Money Inc.
Not Money Inc. Yes.
Money equals the tag team.
Most of the people that are in Money Inc. are in here.
So, true. Led by Ted DiBiase himself, with prominent members, IRS, Nikolai Volkov, King Kong Bundy, 123 Kid, Psycho Sid, Bam Bam Bigelow, Tatanka, exactly, and Stone Cold Ringmaster Steve Austin.
Wow, that's a lot of people in that group.
A lot of people in that group, and it dated from 94 to 1996. Ted DiBiase was injured abroad in Japan and had no choice but to retire from in-ring competition for good. So what did he do? He came back to the WWE, started a stable, the $1 Million Corporation. It was a group of wrestlers whose contracts were bought out by the $1 Million Man. At first, the stable was comprised mostly of established heels. King Kong Bundy, Nikolai Volkov, IRS, no surprises there, but then some well-established baby faces joined the corporation as well. Fan favorite Tatanka in particular was the most shocking. The corporation's bark was worse than its bite. They lost the big matches when they mattered. King Kong Bundy and Kama both got buried by The Undertaker in what might be the worst main event in history of WrestleMania. Lawrence Taylor, yes, the football player, took down Bam Bam Bigelow. It's hard to recover your mojo when that happens. Ironically, the best days of the corporation were actually its twilight years. Psycho Sid was a late member, and so was the Ringmaster, the talented $1 Million champion, who would eventually become Stone Cold Steve Austin. That means you get the Japanese name.
I don't get the Japanese name, but how do you feel about the corporation?
I wasn't a fan. To me, it was like lackluster. Like they said, you lose all the big matches when it matters. You can't keep a group going like that.
That's why it speaks about
the Four Horsemen. Did they lose every match?
No, they did not. They cheated to win, or they just outright beat your ass. So.
Boom.
Now up next is the 100 wrestling pay-per-views you must see before you die with key matches. And number 70 is the in New Japan Pro Wrestling New Beginning in Sanadi. Sadati. 2015. Wow.
Just happened.
The key matches are Tomohiro Ishii versus Tomo Aki Homa for the Never title.
Never.
Shinsuke Nakamura versus
some people are really gonna hate
Yoshi
you for that.
Nakidoki.
Shinsuke Nakamura is a lot closer to that. And Nagata, I say Nagata for that. Other one, don't even do the other one.
IWGP Intercontinental title.
Good job. You tried. 69. Whoa. WWF In Your House 16. Canadian Stampede with your
so much better than you take 66 then. How about that?
I mean, you gotta have it.
No, we're really talking.
The Hart Foundation versus Team USA. The Undertaker versus, I almost said the Vader. Wow. The Undertaker versus Vader. The Great Suzuki. Not Suzuki. No, because Kenzu Suzuki, wasn't it? Kenzu Suzuki? Sasaki. So maybe Suzuki versus Taka Muchinaka. I said that wrong too, but
Number 68, the Royal Rumble in 2001.
it was a good year.
Key matches, of course, the Royal Rumble.
Of course.
You had a ladder match for the Intercontinental title with Chris Benoit versus Chris Jericho. And you had the WWF title, Kurt Angle versus Triple H.
Said that guy's name. WWE/ECW One Night Stand 2005 with key matches: the Dudley Boys versus Tommy Dreamer and the Sandman, Mike Awesome versus Tanaka. Just cut out the middleman there. Tanaka. Chris Jericho versus Lance Storm.
And at number 66,
partners, by the way.
another New Japan Pro Wrestling, Destruction in Kobe in 2014.
Yes.
Key matches were Hirisho Tanahashi versus Katsuhira Shibata for the IWGP World title. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Bad Luck Fail for the IWGP Intercontinental title. And Togi Makabai versus Hiroi Goto. Let's run over him real quick.
Oh God, that was awesome. Now you know how I feel. Every week.
I know how you feel.
Every week. WWE's 40 wrestlers ranked from worst to best, from 31 to 29. 31 is Jack Swagger. His pros, he has legitimate grappling experience. He's big and muscular while also being quick and agile. And number 3, he's All-American. American. Cons. We always have cons here. Number 1, he has lost to Rusev way too many times in the past year. Number 2, he no longer has Zeb Coulter to cut promos for him. That was a big thing. And number 3, he's not Kurt Angle.
That's true.
That is true. Oh, it's true.
Number 30, Naomi, the future Divas champion.
Yeah.
Pros has shown tremendous improvement in ring and on the microphone. Yes. Can work a long match. Actually has a storyline that isn't 100% centered on total diva.
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yes. Cons. Her finish is a flying butt bump, which it is. She still uses it as something somebody called my mom, which is wrong. This has changed since this happened.
This has changed.
And her finisher is a flying butt bump. So, okay, the butt bump
was one
they
of 3.
love this, yes.
Number 29, the New Day. Sucks. I can't do the clap. But anyway, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E Langston. WWE Tag Team Champions. Oh, well, that's up there. Unless you added that. I don't know. Pros. Well, then they really are behind. And if they added that, and yet they kept number 2 in there. Pros, big, muscular, athletic, and can cut a decent promo, Biggie. Was once extremely popular and has shown that he can work well with most wrestlers. Kofi was very popular. Has lots of experience from outside WWE. In TNA. Xavier Woods. Cons. None of them stand out particularly well as individuals. Number 2, Kofi in particular has been stuck in the mid-card since 2009. And number 3, the New Day gimmick. All of it.
Yeah.
All of it all.
Yes.
I like it though. The New Day sucks. It's growing. It's growing. That is it for those this week. But now, on to the big ones very quickly.
Very quickly, yes.
Teddy Long's Tag Team Tournament of the World.
Yes, we picked out 32 tag teams for this
winners
tag teams.
Are we picking winners or just going over the...
What do you want to do? We can pick the winners. I mean, these are pretty much going to be fairly cut and dry. I mean, I don't see many discussions over.
They are.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
true.
so.
That's true. Here we go. Teddy Long Tag Team Tournament. In the first, we have 4 matches, and then break down 4 more matches, and then break down 4 more, and then 4 more.
We have 4 brackets.
4 brackets.
Yes.
Break down 4, 4, 4, 4. Okay.
Okay.
So the first match is a number 1 seed Road Warriors taking on a number 8 seed Red Dragon. Or Redragon, if I like to call it.
You like to call them the Redragons.
The Redragons. Somebody's going to hate me for that. So who's going to win this match? Ladies and gentlemen, we ain't stupid.
No. The experience will win out over the Redragons as the Road Warriors will take that match.
And plus, they're flipping huge. Okay. Number 2 and number 3 seed, World's Greatest Tag Team taking on number 6 seed, the Nasty Boys. Now, for me, there's no discussion.
The World's Greatest Tag Team.
The World's Greatest Tag Team is a lot better overall than the Nasty Boys. Now, if it comes down to a parking lot brawl, World's Greatest Tag Team gets screwed. But in the middle of the ring, World's Greatest Tag Team is the winner.
Oh, yes.
Number 3 match here of number 4 seed New Age Outlaws taking on number 5 seed Bad Influence, Kazarian and Daniels. Now that is a good match.
That would be a good match, but I can see Bad Influence picking the win up. Good. Close.
It's a very close match.
One night you may have New Age Outlaws, the next night you have Bad Influence, but I say on this day it would be Bad Influence in a close classic.
Very close classic. But overall, Bad Influence, in my opinion, are better in the ring. And then you have a number 2 seed taking on a number 7 seed. In the 4th match, you have Midnight Express taking on APA. Now, which Midnight Express are we talking about? Are we talking about Sweet Stan?
And Beautiful Bobby.
And Beautiful Ivy.
Yeah. No, it's Sweet Stan
and Beautiful
Bobby Eaton, yes.
They are the best ones. The other one was Randy Rose and Dennis Coffrey.
Yes. Or Bombastic Bob.
And Bodacious Bob.
Yes.
And in my opinion, you have the Brawlers APA, you have the in-ring workers, Midnight Express.
With Jim Cornette.
With Jim Cornette.
I believe, like you said APA Brawlers, there's the key thing. Brawlers. I think they would lose their cool, and the Midnight Express would pick up the win, all because of APA losing their cool.
There you go. I like it. In the next bracket, you have number 1 seed, the Dudley Boys, taking on the number 8 seed, Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, and Chris Sabin. I think hands down, Dudleys win this.
Yes, like the Road Warriors.
And it's not about big versus small.
The machine guns would stand up to Dudley.
Yes, the speed would really mess them up.
But in the end, the experience of the Dudley boys would take out the Motor City machine guns.
Now this next one is hard if they would have pushed the number 6 seed correctly. Number 3 seed Harlem Heat taking on number 6 seed LAX. It's a good hard hitting match. They're both big men in these tag teams.
Yes.
I personally would go with Harlem Heat.
I would too.
But I do like LAX.
I do too.
I like LAX. Hernandez would really show them, you know what I'm saying, what power is. The third match in this next one is
another number 4 and 5 seed.
Another
match,
4 and 5 seed.
It's always close. It's always can go either way.
The Young Bucks, the best tag team on the indie scene today, taking on the Rock and Roll Express.
One of the greatest tag teams ever.
Ricky and Robert. And they're both smaller. They're all 4 smaller guys.
They're all 4 small guys.
But in the end, this is me. I'm just saying this. Young Bucks. It's hard.
It is a hard one
to choose between the two of them, but I'm going Young Bucks on that one.
I think the Rock and Roll Express will win.
Oh! Do we have our first buy?
I think the Rock and Roll. I see where you're coming from, but I believe the Rock and Roll Express. They're like the older version of the Young Bucks.
They are the older version of the Young Bucks.
And the Young Bucks are the younger version of the Rock and Roll Express. I mean, these teams, you could put if you introduced the Young Bucks but call them the Rock and Roll Express, they would be exciting and people would love them.
True.
And back then, when the Rock and Roll Express came, if they could have been the Young Bucks, people would have loved them.
That's true.
I think we're going to buy. I think we're going to draw here.
We do have a draw.
I've seen either one of these. I'm sorry.
Because that one's too hard. Sorry. Rock and Roll Express and Young Bucks. Too close to call, ladies and gentlemen. Too close to call.
Too close to call.
Number 4, this one right here is another one kind of like Motor City Machine Guns in the sense that they will really slow these people down. But you have a number 2 seed Demolition taking on number 7 seed Lucha Dragons. Lucha Dragons will mess up Demolition. They will get their equilibrium off. They will kick them in the head. They will get them gassed. But in the end,
if Demolition catches them,
they're done.
Which they would.
They're done for.
One drop off the second rope with the elbow.
Exactly.
And whoever it was, being Sin Cara or Kalisto, would be beat.
Exactly.
So Demolition.
Demolition wins on that one. Here we go with the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1 seed versus number 8 seed. You have Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard taking on the Wolves, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards. That's a hard one. That's like a 4 and 5.
It is a hard one.
Because the 4 and 5 one's not that hard this time.
No, not this time.
No, not this time.
Like I said, I believe my gut says Arn and Tully.
That's where I'm going.
If you're going that, okay then.
My gut is saying Arn and Tully. The Wolves are good. Arn and Tully's better.
Yes. They would have J.J. Dillon with them.
Exactly. The second match is the Hardy Boys in a number 3 seed versus the Hollywood Blondes, a number 6 seed. Individually, Hollywood Blondes would beat the Hardy Boys, in my opinion, individually.
Yes.
Every time. In a tag team environment with the Hardy Boys, with their tag team accolades, you put it up against the tag team accolades of the Hollywood Blondes, and I say the Hardy Boys would.
Yeah, the Hardy Boys are better experienced tag teams, and they would find a way.
As singles wrestlers,
yes,
they would not have a chance. The next match is the number 4 seed versus number 5 seed. Again, you know,
America's Most Wanted is number 4, and the outsiders, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, are the 5th seed. I believe that Kevin Nash and Scott Hall would beat America's Most Wanted.
There you go.
That's what you're thinking, too.
There you go. Well, I mean, you know, I could see it, but it's another one of those that, like the Hollywood Blondes, the outsiders individually, in my opinion, are better. Yes. As a tag team, I think APA is better, but I could see APA getting APA. AMW is the same thing. Same thing. I can see AMW getting caught and getting outside of the edge.
Yeah.
And lose.
And the number 2 seed in our 4th match in this bracket, the Hart Foundation taking on the 7th seed, Dr. Death Steve Williams. I think I got your disease. And Terry Bam Bam Gordy.
Bam Bam. I'm going with the Hearts.
I say the Hearts too with Brett and Neidhart, but it would be a very close match. I mean, it would be very brutal to see those two, to be able to see those two teams go at it.
It would be a brutal
and put them in Japan, where Dr. Death and Terry Gordy were big.
Yes, where they would thrive in the ring. That's
it would be a barn. It could be a main event. And our final bracket,
These are hard
the
here.
number 1 seed, London and Kendrick.
Versus number 8 seed, the Usos. Hard.
Yeah.
But so far, though, with what Usos have done and what London and Kendrick did as a tag team, I would go all day long London and Kendrick.
Yeah.
Usos got a long way to go.
I
But
do.
maybe in 5 more years, we would say that Usos would beat London and Kendrick. But not today.
No.
And then we have number 3 seed, the Steiner brothers, taking on number 6 seed, Miz and Morrison. Now, again, Miz and Morrison are good individually. They're great individually. Tag team, they do not stand a chance against the Steiners.
No, when I say the Steiners, I would take the Steiners too.
And then we have the 4th seed here, which is the Ring of Honor Briscoes,
Yes.
taking on the British Bulldogs in the number 5 seed. Another one of those, 4 and 5, pretty hard. Because everybody loves the British Bulldogs, but the Briscoes, they're pretty scrappy.
Yeah, the British Bulldogs they were at their peak. They were
vicious.
good. I think the Bulldogs would take the Briscoes.
Bulldogs would take it. And then we have a number 2 seed,
Oh.
taking on number 7 seed. And this, to me, is the hardest one to pick.
Oh, it is. And you're thinking, why are they the 7th seed? Well, it was just so,
That's just where they got picked for.
So-
You got the number 2 seed, Edge and Christian E&C, 5-second pose, taking on former WWE Tag Team Champions of the World, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro.
And seeing this match
That's
as a
a
tag team match would be great. And seeing these 4 and 2 singles matches would be great. Either way, Edge
That's
versus
insane.
Cesaro and Tyson Kidd versus Christian, or Cesaro and Christian. You could have no
They're main event
bad
matches.
match.
Main event matches, especially the tag team match, you put that
And I'm
in
afraid-
you put that in TLC,
And I'm afraid it's going to have to be a draw.
it would be very hard to pick.
I just can't, I can have an argument to myself about Edge and Christian,
Yes.
and I can have an argument about Tyson Kidd and Cesaro.
Now, when you look at Edge and Christian's accomplishment as a tag team, yes, so far they have done more. But I think when you look
But they've
at the
been out there with a team
style,
longer too.
true. But you look at the style of Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, and I think their style would be a difficult style for Edge and Christian to beat, because I think they would have an answer for everything Edge and Christian does.
I believe so,
An
yes.
answer for everything they do. So we have Young Bucks and Rock and Roll Express with a draw, and we're going to have Edge and Christian versus Tyson Kidd and Cesaro
And
with a draw as well.
That is a bigger draw. That is more of a shock.
That is a shock, exactly. But next week we will continue. We will break down the brackets. We will put these winners up against each other in the Teddy Long Tag Team Tournament. Also, one more of the 10 greatest ever WWE heel stables. Number 8 will be the NWO.
New world order.
Plus news, countdowns, SummerSlam 1994.
And a whole lot more. Because who knows?
It's so hot it's scary.
We don't know what's going to happen. Last week, who'd have thought we were talking about Ring of Honor being on Destination America?
Exactly. They are shocking us here lately. And what's going to happen as we are just less than 10 minutes away, as we're filming this, from the Elimination Chamber. We will have all the details of the Elimination Chamber right here next week for episode number
61.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I am Justin Carter.
And I'm, as always, Mike Hogan. And we'll see you next week right here at Top Rope Reality on the YouTube.
Don't forget, rest your face. No more clicks.
No clicks.
For a whole week. Rough.